Plotty on my body, baby. Alright, chat. By the title and description of the video, you already know what we're about to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the best special grade 1 in Roblox, guys. And now this is my stats right here. I'm running maxed out defense, which is 360, maxed out curse energy, which is 360, with a plus 38 on curse energy and a plus 36 on defense. And let me show y'all so y'all can understand the damage gauging. Now, Gojo Headband, which gives 11 curse energy and 3 defense. Malevolent Flame Pauldrons will give you 9 curse energy and 5 defense. And we're going the Wing King, which is going to give you 4 defense, 8 curse energy, and some jump height. And I'm running the Ironclad Ironclad Gauntlet, which gives 11 defense, but realistically speaking, you could also run this right here, which gives you 8 curse energy and 6 melee, or anything with just curse energy, or even like, for example, yeah, my Ito's and boom, you gain the same thing, right? Relatively speaking. Now, right here, I'm running the Sorcery Heavenly Restriction, will give you 16% curse energy damage, 10% curse energy, and minus 8% curse energy cooldown. But this is the debuff. And I'm also running Glass Cannon, which gives you 10% everything. So you get a 10% curse energy damage on top of the 16%, which gives you a 26%. I'm running Valve Final Stance for the energy replenishing. That way we never run out of energy right here. If like you're using, all right, this is the base build that I'm running with this. Weapons don't really matter anymore since we're in here. Now, we're going to actually do some honorable mentions before we actually jump straight into the actual grade 1s. So honorable mention is going to be Curse Speech. Now this technique right here is really underrated. I feel like anybody that's starting the game who cannot get shock amplification should resort to using Curse Speech first, in my opinion, because it actually got a rework, and it was like a hidden rework. It wasn't hidden, it was publicized, but people just didn't really care for it. And like the damage on it is like really good. Like, look, that ability Crush right here just did, and then like it has an ability that slows the enemies down for you, which gives you more time to react to them. And overall the damage is just not bad, but you know what I mean, to use. And boom, and like they actually take damage while being crushed for like longer period of time. So like I think this is like really good if you want to like chain it with other abilities. Now this did come out during my key event. That's probably why it got overshadowed by everything else, and it got pretty decent range. So that's one of the honorable mentions right here. Second honorable mention is going to always be Shock Amplification, which is what I would recommend anybody to get. If like I'll say go from Curse Speech straight to Shock Amplification, can switch technique while in combat. Let's wait for that. Sorry about that. And then we're gonna get to Shock Amplification, which is a grade 2. All right. I'm doing the honorable mentions first, just for people that didn't see the other video on what the best grade 2 is. So what the hell is going on with that guy? Okay, that guy is glitched. And like overall shock amplification's damage is just good, and like it just overall like usability and like how it performs is just like a really good ability. And I love this part right here where like he just jams out, you know. And yeah, the honorable mentions are not in any specific order, so that's why I'm just putting them. But yeah, this is the second honorable mention, and it actually does pretty good M1 damage too if you was to like use it with the M1s. All right, and yeah, now that's it for all the honorable mention. Now let's actually jump into the video. First, we're gonna actually do this in order from worst to best. Okay, so this right here, I really wouldn't recommend anybody farming for raw technique unless you honestly want raw technique. You know what I mean? I really wouldn't recommend it unless you like really want it. Now, since they're using the same PC, let's just go over here so I could show y'all. The first ability is going to be this one right here. It does 798. With the new max, that damage is actually pretty low. And this one right here did 990 something, I believe. But we'll double check it again once it's off cooldown, once the combo count resets, so we could see the actual damage of the X move. The damage overall is really, really low, and the moves are not really that viable for like PvE. Yeah, 913 it did. So let's give it a range of 900 to 925 for like an accurate assumption. Now this one right here is just not that great in my opinion. Doing 800 to 819, we're gonna round that up to like 820, which in my opinion is really not a lot for a special one technique. And this is the V move right here, which as you can tell is really, really hard to just maneuver. You're better off just holding it and thinking. Now this move right here is actually really good. That's honestly probably the only good move on it outside of the Z move, which is like a straight path move. And let's see this one right here. Maybe, yeah, that one too is somewhat viable. But this move right here though, it's looking like it's best if you like hold it and like wait in the sky before you use it. But then again, like it's a flying move and the range is actually really, really bad on it in my opinion. But I could honestly say that the R move is actually good, because like you could just look straight down and then boom, free thing. But yeah, that's it for the rod technique. I don't really think it's that good. I wouldn't recommend. Now let's move on to the second worst, which is Cryofrost. Well, Cryofrost is actually not that bad. It's usable simply because of this move right here. That is really the only good move on Cryofrost. This move right here is really a mobility move. I'm not really sure. Maybe it does damage, but I've never like actually went to find out. You know what I mean? Now this Ice Force right here does like actually does really good damage, 1,500. But you have to land all 8 of it though. That's the problem. It's not like it's something that's like thingy. So let's try this one right here. This one only landed 2 hits, and it's like a ice dash. So I think like more should have actually landed than what was actually landed. Let's try this R move right here. Pretty sure this one freezes, but damage wise, let's see how much damage it does. 1,236 it shows. And for a move that big, I think it could have been well over 2,000. So it being close to this move right here, yeah, I would definitely try something. And let's see if the Ice Skate does damage. No, it doesn't. You can't really damage NPC with that, and I can see why. And yeah, definitely would recommend like this right here. Oh, 7 hit, almost 2,000. But yeah, this move right here definitely should do more. Should do way more in my opinion. Way more. Should be like almost like 2,500, which would give it like a better, it would just look better for it. Now let's move to Finger Bearer. This way it gets really hard, right? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, Finger Bearer's moves are like really, really cool in my opinion. The first move actually, like this is the V move. The V move is damn near a world cutting slash. This is the X move, which teleports you behind them and actually damages them. And this is the other move, which the C move, which does a burst. And this one also does like a crazy burst, but it's like a beam towards them. And honestly speaking, Finger Bearer's R move actually does like one of the most damage in the game if you land it all at once. But let's actually do the damage indication for each move. This one is doing 727. Let's wait for it to clear before we hit the flank. All right, let's hit the flank. Flank does 896. And it's essentially a mobility move, so. And the C move does 1,108, sorry. And the V move is a world cutting slash that does, it did 287, but it does do well over 1,000. Yeah, the world cutting slash does well over 1,000, so that can be said. But let's go over here. Okay, great. So I can show you, see? Yeah, 1,047. Now I'm gonna actually go over here so I could reset that one over there, so we could just use the R move on this one right here. so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. This moves right here when it lands. That's why I say it does like a lot of damage. Now if landed like and I guess with Black Flash or like crits, it does even more. Which potentially. And yeah, overall, yeah, you could get a lot of damage with this like real quick. That's what's really good about it. The moves on this are like really snappy and they're like quick. They get out quick and all of them is range, which makes it really easy when you're like fighting a boss. Obviously, except for the flank, but essentially the flank, the C, and the R. Let me see. Let me see what the range on the R looks like. Let's go right here. See, it's like a beam. Like it's literally like a Kamehameha down the block type thing. Now let's jump straight into the next one, which is one of my personal favorite ones, blood manipulation. Now, this is where I'm about to tell y'all which one I personally think is higher. I 100% think finger bearer is better than blood, but blood is like really like right on the edge of finger bearer in my opinion. It's not like a gap. It's more of a like preference type of thing. It's a preference type of difference, really, I think it comes down to. But if I personally had to pick, I would pick finger bearer over blood because I like it more. But 100% blood is like not like a little child to this. You know, like that V move literally just did 1600, and blood, I'm pretty sure blood does like more damage. And yeah, and that move right there, there's a part 2 to that move that I actually forgot how to activate. That's why I did not activate it right there, where it summons a blood pillar, which actually does a lot of damage too. Yeah, definitely, yeah. But that's it for the video though. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace.